الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
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 أشهد أن محمدا رسول 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 الله.
حي على الصلاة.
حول الله.
حي على الصلاة.
حي على الصلاة.
حي على الفلاح.
حي على الفلاح.
حي على الفلاح.
حي على الفلاح.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. صل على محمد وعلى آله كما صلى. اللهم بارك كما باركت. اللهم رب هذا الدعوة التامة والسلام القائم.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد. This masjid right here is servicing the community of Muslims who come here every day for prayer. Some people come 5 times a day, some 4, some 3, some 2, some 1. It's here to service the people who come once every week. They only come for Jumu'ah, and that's their haq to come once every Jumu'ah. Allah knows your dhuruf and your condition. This masjid is also here to serve the ummah. There are a lot of people who come here from Tampa, Florida, from Miami, from Ocala, other places, for zakat. As a matter of fact, there are more outsiders who receive the zakat than people who pray in the masjid every day. And I want to stand here as the imam, representative of the masjid, to say, as a shura, I think we need to stop right now giving zakat outside of our community. Allah said, وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ. The masjids belong to Allah. No one can come into this masjid until you get up. And let me see here. No sheikh, no elder, no Arab, black, white. You're a new revert. No one can come until Ali get up. And let me see here. This place belongs to Allah. It doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to the shura. It belongs to us collectively. So if a Muslim needed help, it's our job to help each other. But sadaqah begins at home. So you have to take care of your mother first, then your father, and then your sister, and then your brother, and then adnakum, then the people according to how close they are to you. We have cousins and distant relatives who need help. We may not always be able to help them. We're not going to help them before we pay our own bills. So this masjid, we are known for helping people from the outside because they're our brothers. Sometimes to the point where there's doubt in my mind as to the one who's asking for sadaqah, are they even a Muslim? She's a gypsy by the Lord of the Kaaba, dressed like a Muslim. But we don't know that. She comes, she asks, and we're not responsible for opening up the breasts of the people to see if they're truthful or not. And that's husn al-dhan, and we'll get rewarded for that. But we have an amana. And I'm here to tell you, as the representative of this masjid, this community, you brothers and sisters are not doing enough. I'm not putting you down. We get $500 every week, something like that. You mean to tell me in this masjid all we can come up from our pockets with $500 for Allah's house? And those Yahud and those Nasara have masjids, Christian, they have churches smaller than this, and they come up with more than that? As the Muslims should know, begging is not permissible. You shouldn't go around begging people because the Muslim has honor. But the Prophet says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is not begging is when someone gets up on behalf of someone else and says, give me the money, and he's going to give it to him. I have no shame in standing here to say to you, we got to do a better job. This little brother who was standing, this little brother right here, I came in the door, I saw him with the money in his hand and he put it in the bucket. I'm sure that money came from his parent to let him know, I want you to give. That's a good thing. And I know some of you give coming in, but I'm telling you, there are people who come and use the water, the electricity, and it's your heart. My issue here right now is with the one who never pays. You never help. I'm here as the imam to say, you got to do better. We have to do better. As for the one who doesn't have the ability, for no problem. The space is yours. The masjid was yours. If I can allow you to stay in the masjid, I would allow that. But we're not going to allow that. Now, the issue I want to tell you is people from as far as Miami and Tampa, they heard about this masjid. So they come from way over there to get sadaqah. And we give them sadaqah. But I'm here to say to the shura, we should stop doing that. Not because they are brothers, not our brothers and sisters, they don't deserve, no. But we have to give sadaqah to the people from our community. Our community, they come in the month of Ramadan, zakat al-fitr, and we give them the foodstuffs. We give some of them the zakat, but that's only in Ramadan. I hope you understand, because I want to tell you something that happened recently. I'm sitting in the masjid in the office and a Muslim brother comes and he has Bermuda shorts on, straight up Bermuda shorts. And there was a sister with him that he wanted to marry. She had khimar on, but she had tight fitting jeans, extremely tight fitting jeans. That's not hijab. By the Lord of the Kaaba, that's not hijab. This stuff that our daughters are wearing today, because they look at these influencers who are Muslims and non-Muslims, they look at these people who are hip-hop artists and they singing, and they're looking at all of this folder that's coming out that they're seeing exposed to. So the girl doesn't have, that hayat and hishma. She doesn't have it. And her parents, her father allows her to go out. She's got something on her head. That's not hijab. That's not hijab. Growing up in America, I ate pancakes. There was a pancake mix called Ain't Your Mama. Your Aunt Jemima. She got something on her head. That's not no hijab. So having hijab on your head and tight pants, jeans, that's not hijab. The brother came and he said to me, I want to marry this lady. I was shocked. And then he started bragging about the fact that his father was a sheikh. Unbelievable, surreal experience. His father is a sheikh, and he's telling me, and I'm looking at him. But I have to represent the masjid. I have to be mature. I have to deal with it with hikmah, and I have to help the brother, because we want to be the keys that open up the doors of good and the keys that close the door of evil. I know that some people, what I'm going to talk about, hijab, and other than that, some people just don't know. And then they go on the internet and they find these progressive, liberal imams who don't believe in the Dajjal and Ya'juj and Ma'juj. And there's ikhtilaf in everything. So you can take that opinion and you can take this opinion. I know some people are exposed to that nonsense. So as a result of that, you go astray without intent. But nonetheless, the truth should be said. As I sat there, I said to him, your father may be a sheikh, and I'm not blaming your father, but either you have turned away from the teachings of your father, or you're going to do what you want to do. Because you're coming up here, akhi, with Bermuda shorts to Allah's house. Allah's house that I'm telling you in everybody's heart and mind, you should feel this masjid has some hurmah. Don't curse in the masjid. Don't smoke by the masjid if you're a smoker. Don't steal from the masjid. Don't put food on the floor, gum on the floor. You come in here looking like this, and you bring a woman like this, and you want to get married to her? Where's her wali? Where's her wedding? He said, what's that? I said, the guardian. Your father's a sheikh, a guardian. Those from amongst us who have daughters, you are the guardians of your daughters, what's known as the awliya. We're responsible for our daughters. We're responsible for our wives, our women folk. So I want those people here and outside these 4 doors and on top of this floor right here. And those people here, the ones who heard this masjid give sadaqah, so they come from far and wide. I want people here, and let those who are here tell those who are not here. You come up in this masjid trying to get married without the girl's father, without the girl's grandfather, without her uncle, a wali, we're not helping you. Wallahi, you'll never get married in this masjid if you come without the wali. It's just like someone who has a crazy aqidah. He's not getting on this minbar. Someone who's teaching and their teachers are all over the place, like an agony uncle, an agony aunt. May Allah bless you for the role that you play in the good, but you not coming to Masjid As-Sunnah with that stuff. Let those who are here tell those who are not here. We're not getting married. Why? Because I don't want to cooperate? La wallahi. But because in Islam, marrying a girl without the wali is haram. And if you do it and you consummate, you committed zina. And if children come from that and her wali wasn't involved, your baby is an illegitimate child. Illegitimate. I want to use the B word and mean it in a technical way. But I think if I use the B word, some people will be like, hey, don't use that word. And my daughter keeps telling me, don't use those words here. You committed zina. So I tried to tell that brother, and he got mad at me, and he got upset with me. Allah told those kuffar who used to get mad at the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Mutu bighaydikum." Die with that anger you have. Go ahead and die. Go on to the side under a tree and die with that, because I don't care about that. I stand here sure that it's not permissible to get married without a wali. Now, for the regular people from amongst you, I know you go to that internet and you read all kind of stuff. And on that stuff, some people will say, you can get married without a wali. Because Al-Imam Abu Hanifa said that. That's the madhab. Rahimahullahu ta'ala. Al-Imam Abu Hanifa ala ras wal ayn. Great scholar in Islam. But he is not masoom. No scholar is infallible. The only one who doesn't make mistakes is the Nabi of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So listen, Ummah al-Islam. Today's khutbah is a khutbah tawjihiyya for you. Instruction. If you didn't know, now you're going to know. You can't get married to a girl without her wali. We have youngsters here. These youngsters, they full with Cheerios, wheats and Weetabix and all that. They full of that. These young brothers, Zayd is visiting us. From a place, a city, people off the meat hinges. He wants to get married. You can't talk to that sister without her father knowing about it. You can't go to that sister without knocking on her door and asking her father, not going through the side window, not going through the back door, and definitely not meeting her in some crazy place that her father knows that no, you doing that with his daughter. Allah Ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran, وَلَا تُنْكِحُ الْمُشْرِكِينَ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنُوا. You men, do not marry your women off. Don't marry them off to the mushrikeen. An ayat that shows this verb is a verb that they call a ta'diyah. It's a verb that is impacting. It's telling you, don't marry someone off. The beginning of the ayah said, وَلَا تَنْكِحُ الْمُشْرِكَاتِ. You don't marry the mushrikat. You don't go and marry. Then it said, وَلَا تُنْكِحُ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. And you don't marry your daughters off to non-Muslims. Clearly showing that the father, the wali, he's the one who's doing that process, vetting the boy who's interested in his daughter. Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَلَا تُنْكِهُ الْأَيَامَ مِنْكُمْ. Or he said, وَأَنْكِهُ الْأَيَامَ مِنْكُمْ. You fathers, marry off the girls who are not married from amongst you. You marry them off. Allah didn't tell the girl, you go and get married yourself. He told the men, don't. He said, you marry off the girls you're responsible for. She doesn't go and marry herself. She can't come here to the office and get married. And then when it doesn't work here, she goes to Masjid Jami Masjid. Doesn't work there, she goes to Masjid al-Bir. Doesn't work. Or they do it. No, everybody collectively have to come together on these issues. The Prophet told everybody in this masjid, sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam, أيما امرأة نكحت بدون إذن وليها فنكاحها باطل. And he said it 3 times. Any woman who gets married without her wali, she gets married without her father, she gets married without her uncle, she gets married without someone who's her guardian over her. If she gets married like that, her nikah is batil, batil, batil. He said it 3 times for emphasis. Let there be no doubt. Even if you went and did it, that nikah is batil, and you're making zina. You're making zina. And then you have the nerve to look at someone else in the community or your family who's doing wrong. Maybe they're drinking khamr. Maybe they're not praying. And you're looking down on them, and you're in a relationship, and your marriage is not a marriage. Even if you got married like that, it doesn't count. He told the people, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, la nikaha illa bi waliyin wa shahidain adilain. There is no marriage in Islam without the wali and without 2 just Muslims. What's the just Muslim? What's the just Muslim? The just Muslim are the 2 just witnesses. The wali and 2 just witnesses. What's the just witness? 2 Muslims. 2 Muslim men, or 4 Muslim women, or 1 Muslim man and 2 Muslim women. As for going down to City Hall and getting married in front of those people, getting married in front of the justice of the peace, and he's a non-Muslim, la nikaha. That's the lamb that makes the nephew of the jinns. Even if you did it, it's not real. It doesn't count with Allah Azza wa Jalla. It's not permissible. Now, I know in our communities, in some of our cultures, there is that lady in our relatives from amongst them. She's strong. She's stronger than her husband. She's stronger than all of the uncles. She's the strongest one. And she's the one that people pay homage to. And she's the one people are afraid of her. She's the one who, when she says something, it goes. And when she says that the girl's going to get married, she's going to get married. But the Prophet said about that auntie, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, la tazawwaju al-mar'atu al-mar'ata, wa la tazawwaju al-mar'atu nafsaha. A woman is not allowed to marry off another woman. Nor is a woman allowed to marry off herself. She cannot conduct a nikah for herself. She needs a wali. That's even if she has a PhD. Even if she's the most intelligent. Even if she's the breadwinner. Even if her father's not on the scene. Even if she never found her father in the house, the father and her have a toxic relationship. That's the situation. She doesn't know her father. Her mother, her and the people around her, when it's time to get married, she has to try to contact her father. The fact that the father wasn't on the scene, the fact that he's missing in action, MIA, that's all on his shoulders. But you going to get married without him? It's a big issue in Islam. It's not permissible in the deen of Islam. There's no nikah, except that you have to have a wali. There's another dalil I want to bring to your attention, inshallah, and it really is the cornerstone of the proofs of this issue of a woman not being able to get married without a wali. Ummatul Islam. Don't let these words just go into your head and just go up because we took up 30 minutes of the time and we came to Jumu'ah and that's it. This is a serious issue. There's a far greater message here as well. And that far greater message is your mother, your mother, your mother. We all got that. And then who? Your father. From the rights of your father as a girl, is that you have to respect that situation, that he's your father. The Prophet told the people in this room, you, me, you, none of you will ever be able to give your father his rights unless you found your father as a slave, an asir. He's a slave. And then you came and you paid for his freedom. And then he went as a free man. Until that happens, you will never give him his rights. So don't get it twisted and mixed up. Your mother means your father's on the side. Your father's not on the side. If it wasn't for Allah being your father, you wouldn't be here. So a lot of people, for my people, African Americans, we got issues. We grow up, some of our fathers are not on the scene. Some of us, this is not exclusive to us. There are people in this masjid, they don't get along with their fathers. Their fathers drop the ball. Their fathers drop the ball, and they have something in their hearts against their fathers. I understand. The girl was touched in an inappropriate by her dad. And she said, you mean to tell me? I say, I mean to tell you that. That's not me taking away from the hurt that he did to you, that inappropriate touching. But two wrongs don't make it right. The best way that you can deal with someone who oppressed you, someone who disobeyed Allah, as it relates to you, the best way to deal with them is to obey Allah as it relates to him. Two wrongs don't make it right. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, la yadurrukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. You do the right thing, Allah is with you. You do the right thing. So the point is, the wider message here is, connect with your father. Rectify the situation with your father. Stop letting that negative energy of what he did, or those stories that your mother told you. Get inside of the story. Connect with your father. It's not permissible. Anyway, the cornerstone of this issue, for those of you who go to the internet and you're going to find these agony uncles and these progressive imams who have PhDs from Yale University and other than that, everything with these jokers, everything with them is ikhtilaf. We have to revisit and reevaluate everything in 2024. It's not applicable, as if Allah didn't mention in the Quran, Wallahu ya'lamu haythu yaj'al min haythu yaj'al risala. Allah knew what he was doing when he did this religion. Wa ma kana rabbuka nasiya. Allah wasn't negligent, forgetful when he revealed that Quran about what's going to happen in 2024, and everything now with you is, nah, you don't have to do that. No, she doesn't have to wear hijab. She should do what the culture does. If they wear tight pants, let her wear tight pants. They get BBLs, let her get a BBL. They wear makeup, you wear makeup. And don't be one of those aggressive, hardcore imams. I don't want to be hardcore. I don't want to be aggressive. But I want to do the right thing, and I want to be a mirror to the Muslims. I don't want to just shut the door on giving zakat and sadaqah to Muslims who need it from other cities. I'm not doing that or suggesting that just to do it. I'm saying that on the basis of sadaqah begins at home. If you are taking care of your family and you can't give sadaqah to this masjid because of that, I'm not saying anything to you. Don't give anything to the masjid, because you have to cover up your own aura. The same way, you have to cover up the aura of your daughter, man. Her aura. That's what the Prophet said to the man. And I forgot to mention, and I go back to the brother and to the rest of you. We're in Florida, and it's hot out here. It's hot. The nation is hot. In the UK, where I used to live, in Europe, they're very liberal. When the summertime comes, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, from the level of fahisha, the women come out, it is a fitna for anyone. Over there, Florida is like that because of the weather. Man, you can't wear no Bermuda shorts, man, as a Muslim. You can't wear Bermuda shorts as a Muslim coming outside. The Prophet saw the man in the shorts and his thighs were showing. He told the man, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, alam ta'lam anna al-fakhr min al-awra? Don't you know that your thigh is from your aura? He told the other man, ghatti fakhadak fa inna al-fakhr min al-awra. Cover up your aura, man. Verily, your thigh is from your aura. So when you bring your children to the masjid for the madrasa, cover up their aura. And start teaching them when they're young. When our shabab or teenagers go and play basketball, cover up your aura, man, and wear the shorts below your knees. Swimming pools are common here. We all have swimming pools in our homes or in the places where we live. Go swimming all you want, but don't go in and swim. Don't go in there when there are other women in there. And when you go, cover up your aura. You're a Muslim, man. You're a Muslim. Come into the masjid in your aura. What are you doing? The aura is that thing that shouldn't be seen. He said about your mothers, your wives, your daughters who have aged. Al-mar'atu aura. إذا خرجت استشرفها الشيطان. The woman is an aura. She's something that shouldn't be seen. If she goes out, shaitan beautifies her. That's with hijab. With hijab. Shaitan causes people to look at her with proper hijab. What about when she goes outside looking like Cardi B? What about that? That's your wife, my wife, your daughter, my daughter. And you know this thing about sitting in the back of the masjid and we say, come up, you don't move up, no problem. No problem. That's between you and Allah. But the issue with your wife, man, your daughter, we're not going to sit these girls down and say, hey, man, this is my honor. What are you doing? Allah told those women, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجِ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. You Muslim women, stay in your homes. That's where you should be. And don't make the display like the times of Jahiliyyah. What they do in Jahiliyyah, they came out voluptuous and very seductive, wearing bangles, trying to get the attention of the men. Wearing high-heeled shoes that made noises. Their smells, wearing perfume, trying to get men to say, ha, and that, here I am, man, come and enjoy with your eyes. You can't wear Bermuda shorts, and your woman, you have to realize, covering up your aura is wajib. But back to the last dalil that I wanted to use. There was a companion, his name was Ya'qil ibn Yasar. May Allah be pleased with him. A man of ghayra, jealousy. A man of izzah, power. Honor, man. Some of us are honored. I'm Miss Pakistan, I come from this, I'm an Arab. But then when it comes to your daughter, there's no izzah. There's no sharaf. That's racism. You're more about asabiyah. This is my honor, man. Yeah, what about your daughter, man? It's what those Arabs were upon. Ya'qil ibn Yasar, his cousin, ibn Ammihi, came, I want to marry your sister. Came to the Wali. He married him to the sister. Married them. They got married. It didn't work out. His cousin divorced his sister. His cousin divorced his sister. She finished her whole iddah. 3 periods. 3 menses. That's another khutbah that we need because people don't know when to divorce, how to get divorced, what is the iddah. 3 periods. He came back and he said to his cousin, I miss my wife, my cousin, your sister. Would you marry her to me again? And she wanted to remarry her husband. Normal, natural. The brother, the Wali said, لَقَدْ أَكْرَمْتُكَ. I honored you by marrying her in the first place. I looked out for you by marrying her. I spent money for that nikah. I called all these people came to the marriage. And you divorced her, putting egg in my face, mud in my face. He said, I will never marry you to my sister. You do that to me? That was his position. Allah revealed the ayat of the Quran. وَإِذَا تَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ فَبَلَقْنَ أَجَلَهُنَّ فَلَا تَعْضِلُهُنَّ أَن يَنكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ إِذَا تَرَاضُوا بَيْنَهُم بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. If any of you divorce your wife, and your wife does her iddah period correctly, completely, and the man and the woman want to come back together again to get married, then you the wali, don't stop them from doing that if they want to come back together. That ayat goes to show there has to be a wali. He came to the wali. That ayat goes to show, very important, very important. Even if the girl was already married, she still needs a wali. Even if she was married, she's mutallaqa, she's divorced. She's not a virgin. She's old. She's never been married. Now she's 55, 60 and never been married. She has her own business. That lady needs a wali. The Muslim woman needs a wali in Islam in order to get married. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. الحمد لله رب العالمين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. 1 minute, inshallah, because I have to give time to the reverse sister, who her father is not a Muslim. I have to give time out to that special segment of our masjid, like Matt and these other cats who accepted Islam. And unlike you, they didn't know about this stuff about the Wali and things like that, the ni'mah of Islam. But just like some of us grew up not knowing anything about Christianity, like Muslims don't know anything about Islam. What about that sister? When I got here, one of the brothers came and said, there's a sister who parked in your space, the space of the imam. We're going to make an announcement to tell her to get off. Get out of that space. I almost told him, nah, if it's a reverse sister, just leave it. Just leave it if it's the reverse sister. Because they're special. The revert brothers and sisters are special. We are the ones that they're looking at. So if they look at your whacked out hijab, they're going to think, oh, that's hijab. If they look at you not coming forward and praying, they're going to say, oh, this is what you can do. If they look at you coming to the khutbah and start talking to the man right here while the imam, they're going to think that's okay. If they look at you looking at your telephone doing the Jumu'ah, they're going to say, this is Islam. The reverse sister, her wali is the masjid. She goes to a local masjid and she tells them, I am a Muslim girl and I need a wali. Don't wait until you're going to get married. You go and you let your local imam or masjid know about you. What about the one who goes to a masjid like Jumu'ah Masjid, Jumu'ah Masjid? They're all Pakistanis. They don't relate well to us. They don't know what we need. They don't relate. I'm telling you, they don't know what we need, straight up. Then don't go to that masjid. Go to a masjid of people who understand you and your dynamics and your background. Or if there's an older Muslim person who is responsible, he's ameen and thiqah, someone you know, trustworthy, older man, go to him. But I would advise, go to the masjid first. The Prophet says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as-sultan waliyu man la waliya laha. The Muslim sultan, the authority, is the wali for the one who doesn't have a wali. So let that sister go there. If you're a Muslim girl born and raised in Islam, you have family members. You look on your father's side, not your mother's side, not your khal. No. You look to your mother's side, your father's side, your father, his father, your father's brothers. And if you exhaust all of that, then you look to your mother's side. But don't go to your mother's brother before your father's brother. If he's on the scene, you got relationships with him. So Ummatul Islam, the wali in al-Islam. Take care of the wali and respect the position of your fathers. As for the boy doesn't need a wali to get married. The boy can get married without his father's permission. But I wouldn't tell him to do that. I wouldn't advise him to do that. Zayd, you lost your mind, man? Crazy? I wouldn't advise him to do that. But he doesn't need his father's position. Last thing that I have to mention is, what if the father doesn't want the girl to get married? Islam solves that problem too. They have to discuss it. No time for that. May Allah Azza wa Jal accept it from us and you, protect our daughters divinely. May Allah Ta'ala help us to switch on that light of al-ghayr and ihtimam with our daughters. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala help us to be mutafaqqiheen in this religion. People are ruhama, people who know the religion and they're ruhama at the same time. Ummatul Islam, don't let this talk go in one ear and out the other ear. You're responsible for your sisters, man, for your daughters, and the people who are connected to us. أقم الصلاة يرحمكم الله.